For the next few weeks, we will learn about the world's rivers. In today's lesson, we will learn that rivers bring life to farms and cities. We will go into more detail on why crops are grown close to the Nile and Yellow rivers. These are primary focus objective we will learn today. Measure straight line distance on a map using a map scale. Use the maps in the atlas of the student reader to find geographic information. Describe 2 ways that rivers bring life to farms and cities. Compare the Nile rivers and the Yellow River, understanding the meaning of the following domain-specific vocabulary: river, riverbank, source, irrigation, silt, and flow. Today, you will be reading about rivers, which play a central role in the history of humankind and in the modern life of people around the world. Rivers provide resources that made possible the development and success of the earliest civilizations. Rivers also provide resources that sustain life and economic activity today. For these reasons, rivers in many cultures have spiritual and religious significance. Look at this cover, World River, student reader. Can you identify the images you notice in this cover? There are rivers, rapids, dams, boats, and farmland in the cover. These images you see are examples of rivers in the world. The first one is in Cairo, Egypt. The Nile River. Second one is in Basra, Iraq. Tigris and Euphrates River. The third one is in Anyang, China, the Yellow River. Based on these 3 river maps, what geographic features do these cities have in common? These cities and many others are located on a river or multiple rivers. Since people need drinking water to survive, many of the world's civilizations and cities sprang up along rivers. People continue to use rivers as a source of transportation. As we read Chapter 1 together, look for the reason why crops grown close to the Nile and Yellow rivers. Pause this video as you take out your World River student reader for Unit 1 and follow along as we read. Chapter 1, Rivers Bring Life to Farms and Cities. The Nile River. What does river mean? River, noun, a body of moving or flowing water that follows a set path. Remember, there is a difference between a river and a lake. A lake is a body of standing water that does not move or flow from one direction to another along a path. Can you identify a few examples of rivers you have seen or are familiar with in their own environments? That is correct. We live right next to the Savannah River. As you can see in this map, Georgia has a lot of rivers. The blue line indicated in this map are rivers. Some are small rivers, and some are big rivers like Savannah River. Let's start reading. The Nile River. Hey, over there! A young boy waves to you with a smile. He invites you to join him on his small sailboat. I can show you the Nile River. Why should I see the Nile River? You ask. The boy can hardly believe anyone would ask such a question. The Nile is one of the great rivers of the world. In fact, it's the longest river in Africa. It's also the longest river in the world, and the most important river in my country, Egypt. You look out across the Nile. There are boats of all kinds, large and small. The hot sun shines on the water. A breeze would feel good. So would a rain shower. Maybe it will be cooler out on the water. The Nile River flows through the heart of Cairo, Egypt's capital. Okay, let's go. You say. Your new friend tells you his name is Ahmed. He is in his early teens, and he earns money guiding tourists on the Nile River. Together, the two of you set off in Ahmed's boat. After a few minutes you look back at the land. You see trees lined up on the riverbank. What does riverbank mean? That's right, riverbank is the land at the edge of a river. We learned this from our reading from The Wind and the Willow. Let's continue reading. Behind the trees there is sand. It stretches as far as you can see into the distance. The Nile River flows right through the Sahara, the largest and one of the driest deserts in the world. Look at your reading, there are two cool facts about the Nile River. The Nile River looks black when it floods because of the color of the sediment it carries. Ancient Egyptians called the river Ar or, which means black. Nile River has many names. The ancient Egyptians used the color of the river to both describe and name it. Nile River is a fun place to visit if you ever go to Cairo, Egypt for vacation. Nearly everyone in my country lives close to the Nile River, Ahmed says. It's our main source of drinking water. It also provides the water that farmers use to grow food. What do you think sources mean in this context? It means a supply where an item such as water can be obtained. For example, getting vitamin C, we eat oranges. Oranges are a source of vitamin C for people. Another example is that plants need soil for nutrients. Let's see what Ahmed says more about the Nile River. The Nile River is a wide and powerful river. It carries Ahmed's boat as if it were a feather. Suddenly you see something familiar in the distance. Do you see the Great Pyramids? Ahmed says, pointing to them proudly. You remember learning about the pyramids in first grade. Now you decide to show off what you learned. Thousands of people worked for many years to build those pyramids, you say. They brought huge blocks of stone to build them. They used boat on this river to carry the stone. Ahmed nodded in agreement. It's hot, and you're getting thirsty. You think about all those workers sweating in the fierce sun to build the pyramids. What did workers eat and drink out here in the desert, you ask Ahmed. I think they drank water from the Nile, Ahmed replied. Even though most of my country is desert, farmers have always grown plenty of food, he explains. After all, they had to feed thousands of people living in cities. But the only way they could do it in this dry place was to use water from the Nile River for irrigation. Note, irrigation means watering crops by moving water from a well, a river, or a lake, to a place where it does not rain enough to grow crops. Many farmers around the world use irrigation to water their crops. Let's look back to the reading and let's see how farmers depend on the Nile River. For thousands of years, we have depended on the river for irrigation of the farmers' crops. We say the river's water gives life to the farmers' thirsty crops. The sun is setting in a golden sky. You and Ahmed make plans to visit the pyramids on another day. As noted in the picture, the Nile River provides valuable water used to irrigate farmers' crop in the dry desert. That brings us back to the big question. Why are crops grown close to the Nile River? It is because farmers relied on the river for water source. Turn to page 44 of your student reader. This section, starting on page 44, is what we call Atlas. It includes a collection of maps depicting the location of the rivers that you will read about in each chapter in this unit. Look at this map of Africa that shows 3 major rivers. Can you locate the Nile River on the map? Once you find the river, trace your finger along the path of the river. What country in which the Nile River is located?